Today we'll be changing oil on Toyota Camry. Let's get started. Let's open the hood, which is located here. To open the hood, you just lift. There's a little latch right here. And this thing should hold the hood. So if you go under the car, by the passenger side, right underneath, it's gonna be right in here. Right here, this thing. Yeah, what you need is 14mm socket. Let's get started and loosen it. What I like to do is, before I take the filter out, I want to put the bolt back in. And I looked it up online. The torque should be about 18 pounds of torque for Toyota Camry, the 4-cylinder. And I think like for V6 it's about 30 plus pounds of torque. A lot of times people just tighten it, but yeah, I looked it up. It looks like it's 18 pounds of torque. So look it up for your manual, see what you get. But mine should be around 18 pounds, should be good. Make sure it's tight and snug. So to get to the filter, it's where you drain the oil. It's right behind, it's right here, right in here. But the better access, so you can grab you can probably do it like just how it is, but it's hard to get in there. So I'm gonna take this thing off. It has a couple screws or bolts, and looks like mine's split in half. I don't know if somebody did that before or that's how it comes. So I'm only gonna take this half off. You don't really have to if you can get access to it, just like that, if you can take it off. But I'm gonna take this panel off. So the filter is right under here, right in there. Now so you can see it. That's the filter right in here. Let me get some light. There's your filter. So you can either use some kind of tools or try it by hand. If it doesn't work by hand, sometimes like this would work. There's just not much room for this thing, but it looks like mine's going by hand right now. And make sure you have a pen underneath to catch the oil. Also remember, make sure you drain some off. The sealer, the gasket, is right on the filter, because sometimes you might get this thing might get stuck in there, and if you don't check it, put a new one in, it'll leak oil. So make sure the gasket, or whatever this thing is called, stays on it. So to put the filter in, you gotta tighten it this way. Once it gets snugged, it shows right here 3/4 of a turn, then you should be good. So once it catches snug, then you just tighten it 3/4 of a turn. Mine didn't go 3/4 of a turn, but it's nice and tight. Make sure it says 3/4 of a turn, but I did mine as much as I can, and it looks like it's pretty good. Once everything's tightened on the bottom, filter and the plug, oil bolt plug, what you want to do is, for this car, 4-cylinder, it says about 4 quarts, and for V6 it's about 5 quarts. So my car is gonna be about 4 quarts, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add like 3 or 3.5, and then check and go from there, because you don't want to overfill. Once you add 3.5 or so, then you want to start the car, check, and go from there.